Hey everybody, welcome to session 80, nice round number, of D&D's Materia, where we play D&D our way. Uh, yeah, last session, while not a lot happened in the terms of action, quite a bit of the pieces of the puzzle that has been, um, before the menagerie have been kind of put in place, perhaps. There's still some gaps and some questions, but after the menagerie had returned from the ethereal here between, having successfully slain the Eastern Coven, gathering what materials they could off of them, using Wiggs's makeshift device, the menagerie followed Rock to the little fishing outpost that he had found respite with Essos and some of the survivors. There, the menagerie began to, well, have a time to unwind and rest. Uh, Discussions were had over happenings recent, and some more information was shared to the newer friends of the menagerie, Sej and Karos, based on activities that had happened far to the west, in the deep root marshes, where the menagerie had dealings with a necromancer, their tower, venturing over and crossing into the unformed maze, which I need to make sure that I'm not gonna make you guys roll. Like, I'll just give it to you. The unformed maze is basically the afterlife, for Sej and Kyle. You guys would be familiar with it enough. Um, they discussed of how the necromancer was using trolls that were trapped in almost an undying state to fuel the doorway and other things. Uh, Revelations were had amongst primarily Al, yet to still share everything that he believes he's been pieced together. Uh, but it does seem that over the decades that the hags have been doing this, preparing the land for the ritual that's preparing the land for the ritual. They've been adapting to the changes and, well, going with the flow essentially. Uh, the menagerie were able to, while discussing, learn some more about themselves and some of their new compatriots. We learned a little bit more about Karos. We learned a lot more about Sej. Rock was basically smashed the entire session, sleeping in a shell and trying to do magic while unable to do magic. And I'm trying to think of some cool things that happened. Oh, Sej manifested uh, a riverboat, a little rowboat for you guys that had, was one of the patches on his harem pants, and a patch. I love the description. Kind of the patch kind of fell into a sand cascade, and the riverboat manifested itself, and the front of it was that of a mighty elephant. Uh, I don't think I'm missing too much. Oh, Dregnar did finally unlock his first little mini adventure bonus. So he did unlock his first step in the becoming a Shadow Walker. Since some of y'all might be running him today, since James might not be in, essentially, whenever you take a short rest and you meditate, Dregnar basically pulls knowledge from the shadows. Uh, just to kind of give you a little bit of lore and theme. Basically, the shadows are everywhere. The shadows are always listening. The shadows always remember. It's kind of what the Shadow Walkers believe, and since that is kind of what he follows, it's a means for you to get some bonuses on like history checks, possibly other intelligence-based checks based on, well, getting some knowledge. So essentially, I believe it is when you finish a meditation, you get half of your proficiency bonus. So he should get 2 motes of knowledge, which he can choose to expend to give himself proficiency in history, arcana, religion, or nature. And if he's already proficient in it, I think it's expertise. I'll go look up the write up here shortly just to make sure you get it. But if you ever want to use it, let me know. Uh, Other than that, I mean, the menagerie, you guys s- stayed the evening, got some fish, ate, rested, had a night's watch, and during that night's watch, Marb decided it was time for him to do what Marb does best and escort the exhausted still Wiggs and Hava down to Greenpost, where Seb would be waiting for any form of message or any sign of any information. Unable to part with his dagger due to the curse, Marb did decide to leave you with his gear that he had collected in his time with the menagerie, sharing it amongst the group as he saw fit, some of which were booby trapped, and he went out in Marb style. So we'll basically be picking up after Sej has been able to greet the morning sun. Al prepared the ladle, and everybody got food for thought. So everyone has advantage on intelligence ability checks for 12 hours. And it is a quiet morning. Some of the toads and frogs are, cricketing, croaking. The land has a layer of dew on it. The clouds are partially covering the sky. Uh, Serene kind of environment. So, what would you guys like to do? Oh yeah, James did confirm he will not be able to make it tonight.
Are we all together waking up? Are we just parlaying?
Yeah, this would be basically like you guys are in the process of eating the was it fish breakfast that Al made with the ladle?
That sounds right. We did have quite a bit of fish.
Yeah, you got like 33 fish. Got a lot. Oh.
Fish tacos
This
in the
fish
morning.
is
Let's go.
Splendid.
Yeah, I mean,
What were
well,
you saying? Sorry.
I was joking out of character. I said fish tacos. Uh,
Yum.
yeah, just I mean, we did catch it from the river, so, but I think we thought that's okay. Like, I don't know. I'm really wary about all this food now, like the plentiful stuff. Anyway,
Beautiful respite from the action that we've been encountering almost nonstop since I met you. But now that I had rest, it seems kind of unsettling. Unsettlingly quiet. I don't know if I should get used to the craziness that we had to endure up till this point, but
if you can, then you're very strong. But yeah, it's been pretty, even for us, pretty more active than usual lately.
That's for sure. But if we can put up with this madness and all this going on, the ideal at least is we can make it easier for everybody else and eventually ourselves. But there's an end to it. We just have to keep working at it.
I want to go over and check out Rock, see if he's like alive after all his alcohol. I'm gonna just go over there, like nudge the Shelby, like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?"
Hi.
Yeah.
What time is it? What day is it? Where are we?
Okay.
Ooh,
I
I
guess
can
you're
answer
okay.
what day it is. I can answer
Oh,
what day it
good.
is.
Dude.
Jump to the calendar real quick. It is the 5th of Dairu.
Daru.
Dairu. Dairu.
That fantasy
Daru is
frosh?
on fire.
Hey.
Oh, they got
My head
calendar.
hurts. You in? Is it
Rocks.
over?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the ethereal hags is over, but Green Hill still. There's still one more problem to solve. Hopefully, all the reading you were doing yesterday helps.
Yeah, I read things yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
don't.
could take your beak out of your book.
I pull up my book and I'm like, what the? Well,
Yeah, you were
holy!
like tearing stuff out, and it was.
And
I thought it was great. I was willing to let it go, but yeah.
Let's giggling as I look at it. I'm gonna show it to you. And part of the corners of the pages are like a flip book where
Is
if you
that
flip them,
me? Wait, is that me? Wait, what am I doing
like,
to
you guys.
what or what is that what you were doing?
I guess so. This is see
Well, I
perspective.
guess
Why is my head Dragnar? Where's Dragnar? Dragnar around? I storm out of whatever I'm in. Or no, I was just in my shell. I stand up and I find Dragnar. Where's Dragnar?
in some shadow
He's
somewhere
tormented
probably.
shell. I love it. Yeah, no. So Dragnar will just kind of. And when you look at Dragnar, all of you now get a good look at him because he kind of took his food and kind of went off to the side and was keeping watch. Ink just smeared all over his face, and he's got like dick drawings and like fake tattoos drawn at any like exposed part of his skin. Barb was having fun
Yeah.
while he was sleeping. He's like, what?
You should see yourself.
Wait, what are you talking about? There's nothing to see. He looks normal. He's just you're drunk or something. Like he looks fine. Don't listen to him.
Am I still Dragnar? What did you? And I summon a mage hand, and I flick him in the nose with a mage hand, and I say, "Whatever you gave me was, yeah. Do you have more?"
Normally I would say yes, but you drank the whole thing, and yeah, you know, Iron Shell kind of came through again, I guess. I mean, that's like medical alcohol, man.
Oh
Like,
my god, Iron Shell! I forgot about that.
like,
Well, if you make more, I'll take it. It was.
yeah.
I go vomit.
Yeah.
I'm
And
guessing.
as you're like vomiting, he kind of comes up to you and kind of puts his hand like on your shell and kind of not, not violently lifts you up, but kind of pulls you up and he's like, I think you have a lot of work to do. And just kind of pats you on the side of the cheek and then walks off.
Shuffles away from my vomit a little. I'm like, I don't feel so good. What's for breakfast?
Smells delicious.
Yeah, it's
Al?
fish that we made. Or sorry, go ahead, Al. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got I can only make soup really with this ladle, but yeah, we got fish soup.
And you'll see
I-
Al
All
like,
these
took the time.
aromatics we
Like,
got.
yeah, Al took the time and he found some like actual wild growing, like almost like spring onions and some edible flowers mixed with some of the nice fish that y'all caught. Dragnar happened to help him and find some tubers and threw it in there, so it's a hearty soup.
I shuffle over to the soup, whatever, and grab the ladle and just hot. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
well,
hot. And then
I'm glad
I
to
run
like
to Sedge and your name's on the thingy. Karos, Sedge and Karos. I grab both of them. I put my arms around you guys, and I like you guys are kind of new, but I like you guys. You're okay people. And you're like me. They're not. You're not. They're all peoples. Well, he's not peoples. He's got talent. But you guys are cool.
Well, I like that you're no longer exploding me with spells.
For now.
Although
Yeah.
the smell has gotten a little worse as of recently.
I'm sorry for that. That wasn't. I was like, I'll explain someday. I hope, but that wasn't. I don't. Did you pick me up in the air really far?
I did.
That was kind of cool. Can you do that every fight?
Mm, with some regularity, but there are limits.
That was pretty cool. Sorry, it didn't work out for you. Got this.
I
Yeah. I kind of wish it had. You guys would have stopped me earlier, but I'm sorry, guys.
I think I understand what happened.
You're
Yeah,
more than
Forces
okay.
beyond our understanding, or at least
If-
mine.
If it makes you feel better, I can't throw any more fire pits. I took different spells today. I don't want to burn anything anymore. I'll leave that to the rest of the menagerie. They really like burning things.
There's we haven't been together too long, but there's no part of me that would ever think that you would do something like that intentionally. So of course we're friends. I think so at least. Fast friends, that is.
Hey, you're like the sun's your thing, right?
Yes.
How come fire hurts you? Sun's hot. Shouldn't you be safe from fire? How does that work?
Well, fire is very primal, very powerful. It, of course, would hurt me. That also comes with respect.
It doesn't hurt Al that much. It still hurts him. I learned that hard way. Sorry again for that, Al.
Fire is good. Fire is clean. Wait, you didn't throw fire at us though. Everything was
Right.
thunder. That made it worse.
But don't we, way back we played chess. You said fire was fine. I threw a firebolt at you. Turns out it wasn't fine.
It could be worse. I don't know. I just don't like the cold.
Not sure
We'll
if
go
you
with that.
heard this saying, but I was told a couple times you never want to get too close to the sun.
That's smart.
Wait, weren't you
Smart.
trying to follow the sun or something? Isn't that like your whole thing? Go be with the sun or something?
Yeah, but if you travel too close to the sun, you'll just end up getting burned. I'd rather not burn myself.
Makes sense.
I'll make it up to you guys, and then I run off and vomit again.
Yeah, I would expect that to be the case. Nice.
Can I grab Al's hand and just give him a good Eastern bow with hand in hand, but I'm holding one hand with two. If that makes sense.
Of course you can. Yeah.
So I stay upright. I will
thank
start
you.
bowing a little bit, not knowing what.
I'm not even gonna come up to look. Thank you so much for your chat. It was very refreshing to talk.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's always good. Everybody in this group's great to chat to. That was I learned a lot. That was good chatting with you.
Hopefully, I get the chance to chat with others.
Hey,
I think you're doing great. You'll fit right in with the. We call the menagerie for a reason.
hey, where's Marb? And Wiggs? Did they leave? Did
I
they?
would say Marb probably left. He left me this feather. Not sure what that means.
You did leave then.
Oh shit!
Usually you're just
I
so
didn't
quiet,
expect him.
I
Yeah,
don't pay
that's.
mind.
I just thought he'd be like up in a tree or something, but I see that the other guys aren't here either. I guess they left. Oh.
Yeah, that feather.
Well, we could trust him to be safe with them. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you. My bad.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying the feather's a sign off. He's done that before.
Well, with that in mind, what's our next destination? I mean, I assume we're going into Green Hill and taking care of business some way, but
Well, we have this boat. I intend on taking the boat, of course, but I would love to stop by a shop of some sorts. I need to stock up.
Yeah, I'm pretty tapped out as well. Like, I've only got a couple of bandages and salves left in my healing kit. Have absolutely no
Perhaps we'll be
food except
lucky
for the
enough.
leftovers. But yeah.
Yeah, me too. I need food. I need to stock up on rations and assortment and, you know, spell casting things of sorts
Oh yeah.
if they have it. Perhaps we'll be lucky enough to get an idea of what's going on in Green Hill since we've been so very active but far away.
Well, so theoretically, Essos and his crew were supposed to have a line on some. Was it them that had lines on some provisions, or was it the Volpine crew, the Fox Force, or whatever? Somebody was supposed to lead us to getting supplies, and then we never really did that. I can't remember who it was.
Would we be better to reach out to them first?
Can we?
And before we spend any money, though. That's what I mean.
Oh, I
We're
see what you're
already
saying.
outside of town. Be harder to go in and out again.
I was
That'd be a
going
bad
to
idea.
say, how well known are your faces around these parts? If we venture into town, will we be targets of the fanatics?
Well, for Al,
I
it
don't know
doesn't
how
matter.
welcome we'll be.
Actually, yeah, y'all have seen his little trick. I see him, right? Yeah.
I'll turn to Davis. I'm a
Oh,
little shorter than
hey, no,
like
don't
2
do
inches.
that. Ah, that's weird.
Don't do what? What are you doing? Hey, Al, stop! Come on.
Yeah, we do the Spider-Man like pointing thing.
Al,
The
no!
Spider-Man meme.
Al!
But you,
I will-
me, you,
Oh, yeah,
I
I'm
will
you.
let
You're
you
me.
guys, real quick, I will let you guys kind of sort out your morning, figure out what's going to be happening. I need a rundown for 2 minutes,
Fair
3
enough.
minutes. Keep role
Okay.
playing.
I'm just gonna point at Davis as Davis for 3 minutes.
I'll point back just like, and I'm standing next to a cop paddy wagon for some reason. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, you know, as long as we keep a low profile, I don't know, we haven't really caused much notice in town per se. I mean, obviously, all the people off in the eastern parts, whoever's left, may know who we are, and
Yeah.
But
If any of
I'm
your
sure.
battles had survivors that could recognize you, they may be in the town now.
well, there's what's his
Here's
name?
the situation, I think. Well, as far as I've been in, we could travel through town fairly easily because they're also not trying to be obvious, at least so far. But we should be wary of anybody cloaked in brown.
It's funny because yeah, that's well, I mean, yeah, you know this. Karos wouldn't, but yeah, that's kind of how we disguised ourselves, right? So
I see
They're
what
easily
it is. Yeah.
fooled by a simple cloak of brown. And that's how I've gotten away with it so far. I throw a big old brown something, and they're paying me no mind.
I think you also made a good point about almost hiding in plain sight. If we're in daylight in crowds, they don't seem to act, but anytime we're hunted, it's black of night. It's when everybody's I don't even know if they're allowed to walk around the city. I barely see anybody when it's nighttime.
yeah, the times we've had our scuffles was in the later hours. So I think it's good advice.
Hey, when you guys disappeared into the
Yeah.
and I had to take Jade and them away. I went into town, and guys in cloaks followed me and said that I made the mother really mad.
Really?
And yeah, they were gonna take me to see people, and then thankfully our friends saved me, and I was able to get back to you guys. Got Jade and them out, but I think they know about us. I think they recognize at least some of us. So going through town from here on is, yeah, they were looking for me at least. I assume all of us.
Crap. Okay. So they do have some description at least. Oh man.
I mean, we could, if we can find a way to get into kind of the subterranean stuff that Isos and his crew have, throughout portions of the city at least. Maybe we could get there, but we'd need to find a way in. And without, frankly, the one guy who would be the best one at probably finding that stuff is already left and can't really help us on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for being so awesome. Sorry about that.
Did you hear all of that at least?
I heard most of it. It cut out at some point.
Ah, okay.
So, all right. So I just wanted to get. I didn't hear like the end of it. So what's the conclusion of what you guys wanted to do?
Rock just reminded us that he had been spotted, and it was apparent that we are being
Yes.
somewhat tracked or looked for at least.
Yeah.
think
Okay. Yeah. You guys were asking about the faces. So yeah, Rock definitely. I think at this point y'all are comfortable enough to know that your faces would be somewhat recognizable. You guys are not dumb.
Well,
Okay, Davis, a little bit, but that's you got some wisdom behind it.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So, getting in, actually, anyone that's proficient in survival, go ahead and give me a roll. If somebody wants to help somebody that's proficient in survival, you can.
I'll help Dregnar because he gets advantage. We get advantage anyway. Or no, he doesn't. That's a
No,
different thing.
it's wisdom.
I'll help Dregnar.
Sag, Karos, are either of you good at it? Al?
Got an 8.
Oh, hey, I'll help Karos. She can reroll his.
Okay, so someone,
That's you, CJ.
yeah, CJ for Dregnar, it would be +6 at advantage.
13 total.
Oh,
Did not roll well.
Wow.
No, that's fine. Karos, looking at the river and the time of day, being familiar with just the flow and how fishermen might operate, if you were to return to town, you would probably, easiest would be when the majority of the boats would be coming in. And that would likely be, around darkness, when dusk is hitting. That's of course not the only time, but if you wanted probably the highest chance of getting into town if you are going to go via water unrecognized, that's probably your best bet.
Yeah, I kind of relay that if we were going to continue by boat into the city, we'd want to try to appear at the same time as any fisher folk were coming back. I don't know how diverse the populace of the town was prior to all the ogres and giants, but
It's a good mix. There's halflings, there's bugbears, there's a lot of different things here. So a group like us, except for it being this specific group, but a diverse group like this, I don't think would necessarily stand out.
kind of nod.
What might
Okay.
stand out though is 5 of us in a boat that can maybe hold 3. That's my concern.
Also good, especially if folks notice that we come in armor and with weapon rather than
Yeah,
with fish
I would
and
suggest.
tackle.
Yeah, I would suggest we don't armor up.
Can you swim, Karos? Do your people like water?
Yeah, I'd say he likes it. I was trying to think. I was getting where you're coming from, but I couldn't think of like a funny way to spin it. So we'll just go with the fact that I have no trouble with water, though I do get a bit nervous out on the sea.
I mean, are you asking him if he can swim the, mile or 2 it is into town?
I just wanted to know if you like water. I was gonna ask
Oh,
too.
okay.
Like, said you're pretty big. Can you swim, or do you just like think?
No, I don't swim. Thank you for considering me, though. I don't swim. I'm sorry.
I like swimming. I hold my breath for a real long time.
I can float.
Out of
I
character, you
guess.
can hold your breath indefinitely, right? You can breathe water, right, with your
with
staff.
the staff, I guess.
Okay, just okay.
But just
I
natural
can-
oral abilities.
Out of character, I can also use my trunk as a snorkel, and it explicitly states that.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Now you just have to be able to swim for however many hours it would take to do to do all.
No, he just needs to stay in water shallow enough that he can walk on the bottom.
Yeah.
Little snorkel.
I'm gonna guess that wouldn't be at normal walking speed, so pretty slow.
What if he hops and bounces though?
That's
while he's
true.
On the bottom.
Just attach a good rope, and I'll just,
Fair bunch of you
Float
clearly
behind
never
you.
swam a lot growing up. It ain't fast.
definitely not.
Dragnar will pipe up and say, well, if it's not wise for us to go in now, I mean, there's a bunch of places that maybe a boat might have been washed up or forgotten. You think we should walk the shore and see if we see anything? There's a
I think
chance.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, sure.
To
Alright.
clarify, are we attempting to meet up with the comrades you knew from town, or
Yeah, so
Are you,
I'd say probably our best bet is to try and find that tailor shop and see if they're still there.
Oh, and the pillow.
Pillow. Oh, you mean, what's her name?
Yeah, pillow.
Oh, and
Nina.
speaking of, yeah, Nina, and speaking of, you'd asked earlier if anybody knew us, or would know our faces. Obviously, Rox confirmed that there was, but then there's also the little problem of, what's his name that we left with Nina?
Harley.
Harley. I was gonna say Horace, but I knew that was wrong.
No, I dealt with that.
Oh.
You're not with her. I was there. I told her I'd bring her a pillow. I guess I have this, I don't know, the giant pillow that I took from the thing. You're gonna have to give her this. Told her I'd bring her a pillow. The Fox Force took Harley. I told them that we might not be back because you guys were all gone. And then everybody got really upset because I was like, you guys were all gone. And they're like, what? They're gone? Like, dead? And I was like, no, they're just gone. I don't know where they went. So that was the whole thing.
I'm sure you made it really clear to them.
I was clear after that that you guys were not dead, I don't think. I don't know. You could have been dead.
I'm not.
He's right. We could have been dead. We could.
Thank you for not being dead. I appreciate it.
We tried our best.
I mean, he tried. I point to Rock like he tried his best.
Yeah, you're true.
It's okay. I'm kidding. We forgive you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
I immediately look sad.
I
And
know.
just run and jump
I
in the
actually-
river.
Oh damn! I was actually gonna
There
try
you
and
go,
come and like
okay.
wrap you into a hug, but you already ran off. So that's fine. That's fine.
He's faster than
I'm
he looks.
gonna look at Davis and be like, "Are you gonna do anything about that?"
He'll be fine. I was out of line. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'll make sure I apologize when he gets out.
I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry.
Are you staying in the water like defiantly so that you don't have to like be with us?
Yes, I'm yelling from the water.
Oh, I'm going in
Slow.
after you then.
I swim faster than you, I think.
You don't have a swim speed.
He does.
Oh,
The
you
staff
do?
gives him swim speed.
Oh, the staff gives you one. That's right. God damn it.
Oh, by God.
So you can swim after me, and I'm just gonna swim. Just stay like an arm's length away.
As soon as I see you trying to get away, I'll back off. Be like, okay, I'm sorry. What do you want? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
You're fine. It's me. I didn't mean, and
Right. You didn't mean it.
got some things to work out. I gotta work things out. I'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Okay.
I'm not throwing fireballs anymore.
I mean, time may come where it's not a bad idea, but that's fine. I will respect your decision.
So, just to let you know, clue you in a little bit on who we're talking about since you haven't met him, Carlos. Isos is a bit of an underbelly savant, if that makes sense. He's very keen on how to get around in situations. We're probably going to need him again, so after we're doing what we do in town, or whatever happens, or however we get our supplies back up, he's probably a good person to find.
Are you certain you can trust him not to turn you in for favor with the ruling power at B?
He's proven himself very trustworthy so far. Unless he's turned.
I'll trust your judgment in the matter, but I would certainly be surprised. Someone of ill repute keeping to their word beyond what profits could sway them.
He's
I
the
give
guy
you
who
my
knows a guy, basically.
Exactly.
Understood.
Let's just put it this way. Marb was very keen to meet him and knew of his type very well. Was quite familiar with his.
Yes, he's that type, if that were a type. But consider this, we're also indebted to him a bit because he's been incredibly helpful.
I mean, the whole town is indebted to us a little bit right now too. Let's not forget that.
I'm not sure the town even knows that yet.
Yeah,
I'll be
we'll
sure
let
to
them know.
them know. I'm glad
There's
we
always the
think
name flying around.
similarly.
I mean, we don't want to let them know yet because we don't want to draw too much attention. But once everything's settled, oh, they'll know.
I yell from the water. Hey, we killed 3 hags all at once, and in their, as Mark would say, spooky land. Can we just walk into town and kill the other 3?
After we stock up, I fully intend on doing that. Yes, I'm not leaving Green Hill until we clear it.
I like the overall idea, but I think last time we went in guns blazing, there's a lot more damage than we intended. I think we should kind of come up with a plan this time and
Yeah, well, Rock.
try at least.
What? I mean, I thought you were about not harming. Like now you want to go kill things?
Well, I'm not. I don't throw fireballs.
Not even at hags. Not even if like all 3 hags are sitting right there.
What happens if
50
one of the
feet
hags
away.
gets nailed right there? You don't know what that was like. I don't understand. I was there, but I couldn't control myself. Well, I guess I'm yelling on this. Well, I'm yelling. It was I just part of me wanted to see how far I could push it, and I wanted to beat you guys. And I don't know if that part of me was me, because it was so much power, and it was scary, but it was kind of wonderful. It's not me. I draw things and I explore and I meet people and then they don't like me.
We like you.
And then now I'm with you guys and people keep getting hurt and then I'm hurting people and then I'm hurting you guys who are the only people who've really, really been nice to me for any length of time. Yeah.
Rock.
I can't do that again. I won't do that again. Now I just help people. I only help people.
Yeah,
Because
Rock.
it was a lot. It was maybe too much. Plus, Voices kept saying I'm a vessel. I don't know what that means, but I don't want to be a vessel. I just want to be me, helping people. That's you know how many people died because our second plan was really bad. I mean, that's our fault. And then I'm doing things that you, and it was my knowledge. Like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I didn't throw fire at you because I knew fire didn't work on you. That's why there was lightning. That wasn't her knowledge or its knowledge. That was my knowledge. Maybe I wanted to beat you guys and then be like, I'm invincible. I don't know. I hope not. But if I'm a vessel and people can just take me over and I can do these things, then I can't do those things. If you all understand that, because that's not me, and I maybe don't know who me is anyways. So no more fireballs, and we do need to stop the hags because they're hurting people. But I won't be helping in the hurt department, but I'll still help. Still got cool things I can do that don't hurt me. And then I kind of just dive underwater.
Fair enough.
Where do you go? He can do that forever, can he?
That's a really
I don't-
noble turtle.
No, yeah, I actually wholeheartedly agree with him. As much as I would like for him to be able to do some of the very dangerous and harmful things that he could do, I very much respect that, and I very much understand where he's coming from.
I agree, but I need him to know that we don't hold anything against him. You saw that damn storm? That's some primordial, angry cloud? What the fuck? That nobody knows what that was. But
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do
happened?
you know
That
what
wasn't
that
him.
was? You don't. Okay, good. Now I'm not the only one.
No, but I think somebody said it out loud during the fight. The red was the same as the crystals, maybe. There's a lot of red stuff in that area.
There was a striking resemblance when the barrier in the beast's chamber fell. The fog, the mist, cackled as it passed us.
Right. That's right. There's like an entity. There's something else.
Al, we maybe shouldn't have thrown that bag against that, like, ball of energy thing around the glowing crystals. Like, we made him mad or something. It was weird. We shouldn't have done that.
Hindsight, but
And now he still has that bag. What the hell? Actually, I'm gonna go through Rock's stuff because I'm assuming he doesn't have his stuff on him, and look for that bag.
there's a really wet textbook on his belt.
That depends.
Into my shell.
What?
It's in your
What-
shell.
Oh shit! Well, I was drunk and then sober. Also, all of the scrolls. I hope scrolls can handle water because they're tucked in the
Yeah,
bottom.
they're magical paper. It's
They're laminated?
they're laminated, correct.
No, it's like, so I don't recall Rock ever saying he took anything off. I think he's just been sleeping in a pile of his own stuff.
Yeah, and I'm stinky, and I just jumped in because yeah, I've got all my stuff is wet.
Oh, never mind then. Okay.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
got my book because I did have my book out. and I'm
Apparently,
scared.
Davis is just gonna be digging through people's shit now because that's what I do.
Yeah. Here's a drift globe.
Yeah, take this.
Here's-
I'm just
David,
gonna
what-
reapportion the wealth of everybody, just to whoever I see fit.
Yeah.
What's the Robin Hood
You
shit?
do have access to my book. See inappropriate pictures.
He's better at art than I thought. What? Oh, that's crude.
Why would you make me do that to him?
I never. The nerve.
You see, your book is out. Yeah, you do see there's some extra pieces of paper just kind of wedged in some of the places. Rock doodling and making notes. Most of it illegible. Yeah, I would say probably in a combination of languages that I don't think any of you really speak. So, there's doodles and symbols and doodles and words.
So, at least I know Dragnar and I are at least gonna go search up river for some other vehicle if we can.
We have some time. Karo said that it'd probably be best. I think he said it'd probably be best for us to wait till nighttime.
Like dusk, I think, is
To
usually when the
enter-
fishing boats come
yeah.
in.
To enter the city, at least. I think carefully navigating around the surrounding areas could not hurt.
All right. Let's go find us a boat or something serviceable.
Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
get some more fish. And I'm gonna go try to convince this moping turtle to come help. You just see Dragnar just run and cannonball into the water. And kind of
I'll
like
just start
rock.
walking up the banks because of like Dragnar can catch up for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rock, you see your bearded friend kind of like catch up very quietly up to you. He's like, the guy swims up, waiting for you.
I swim up underneath him. Is he naked?
No, lightly clothed.
Yeah, I swim up underneath him and like hop up, so he's like sitting on my shell. I'm just like, what? I'm here. Come on, I haven't gone anywhere.
It's like, you're trying to see something you don't see every day? Okay, never mind. Alright. Less moping, more boat finding. Come on, let's get your mind off of things.
Does he have
And
any
he's-
flasks on him?
No, he's basically just like wearing like his
Like
undergarment. Yeah. And then
Loincloth.
and like and as he gets up, he like looks and he sees like this black ink kind of pool like around him. He's like, are you leaking ink? Did you forget one of your
Stoppers.
It's the ink. It's off the
Fine.
ink of his face.
Having completely forgotten that he was colored, I'm gonna be like, wait, what? What? Oh crap! And then I like quickly swim to shore and reach in and grab out,
Okay.
paper scrolls and
Yeah.
lay them out in the sun. They'll be like, dry! Ah! What are these?
Huh.
Does the mysterious one give off energy?
The mysterious one is scary. You know that. Like, it's the amount of detail and like the concentric circles and geometric shapes and like let's put it this way. If we were to say like a level 1 spell looked like 1 + 1 = 2, this looks like possibly like the theory of relativity, trying to explain the universe on a piece of paper. It's a lot.
As I lay them out, I grab the one and I hold it up and I'm like, holy, who gave this to me? Why do I have this? This is powerful. I can't have powerful. Here, and I hand it to Dragnar.
Okay.
Drying the stuff off.
Yeah, and you just see Dragnar kind of like whip the roll up in the air and just kind of lay it down on the dirt. He's like, sun, paper, dry. Whoever's staying, not going boat hunting. Just watch our shit, I guess.
Forget,
I
I
don't.
have the power of song, and I'm gonna start
Yeah.
prestidigitating everything.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
If you guys go boat hunting, I'll fish, and I jump back in the water and start trying to catch fish.
I said to have.
Wait,
He
do you have any
doesn't-
more scrolls? I'm not gonna. Oh,
He doesn't. This one. All right. Not even gonna. Dragnar just starts marching off, catching up to Davis.
Oh, whoa, shit.
Try- dry him
You're
off
so
before he gets out of
fast.
range, but he's so fast.
All right. So we'll kind of have like those moment. So Davis, Howard. We'll kind of break it up into. I guess Rock is fishing. Karo, Stead, and Al. I don't know what all y'all are doing right now, but Davis and Dragnar, we are looking for a boat. So, how are you looking for a boat? What are you doing? Just
I
kind
mean,
of figure out what type of check you want to do.
yeah. I mean, I'm. The min-maxer in me is trying to think if there's a good way to min-max it first, but there's not really. I'll be like, hey, I don't know if this is would it help? Like, would height help? Because I mean, the far bank is a little bit, kind of far. Like, if you want to get up on my shoulders or something and just take a look from there, or would that be a little like humiliating for you?
Okay. And he just not even like waiting for you to like get down. He just kind of you take a step forward and he just jumps on your knee and then jumps on your shoulders. Like,
Yeah, I'll just basically I'm just trying to help him with his perception is basically the idea. To give him some sort of benefit for that. But like I'll look on the near bank and he can watch the far bank kind of thing.
Okay, go ahead. You give me a perception check.
Yeah.
And CJ, go ahead and roll me a survival check for Dregnar.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice. Funny.
Oh, well, I got the opposite of that.
A natural 1.
A natural 1.
The universe is balanced.
Okay, yeah.
I got a boot.
So as you guys are
He
kinda
found
like,
a boot, I found a boat.
basically, as you guys are kind of walking, he's kind of like balancing on your shoulder, but he's standing on your shoulders and like using like his knees to like grip your head a little bit, like, or I guess it would be like his shins. It's a little uncomfortable for you. And then at one point,
So
you're like,
furry.
you kind of scan. And then you're like, oh look over. You like see where there's like there's like a gap in the vegetation where some of the
Yeah, it's
something
like that.
should have been
I
growing.
see. It looks like the stern of a boat. It's like upside. It's been capsized or something, but it's sitting there. It's kind of just rolled up against the bank there. It looks about the same size as the thing that the guy pulled off his pants, I think. So this should be good.
Yeah, and as you like start moving, and Dregnar is like trying to see it and look around, he's like, I don't see it, and then what? He just falls back. Oh,
Sorry about that. You can take it.
He just hops, like ninja hops up to his feet. He's like, he just starts moping over. He's like, I really wanted the damn turtle to come. He needs to be cheered up.
Sorry.
That's fine. He's good job.
I think he
You
just
do.
needs time, though. Honestly, like it's just gonna be a matter of him becoming more comfortable with himself and realizing that no matter what, we're gonna be here supporting him, whether that means beating his ass whenever he turns against us, or just supporting him in nicer ways.
He's not. Why is he thinking he's gonna turn again? That was one time.
I mean, I know. I think he's just afraid. He had some crazy powers that he wasn't used to having, and that scared him. And I get that.
I get it too, but we gotta be the tough guys, right? We can't. Gotta be tough love on that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as you walk, you get to you found yourself. It's not even that damaged with a natural 20. I'll just give you kind of like a little bit of bonus.
Nice.
It's flipped. There's maybe a little patchwork needed, but it's not really at the bottom where the patchwork is needed. So it's pretty serviceable.
Like serviceable enough to where we could just take it back up to the camp. Actually, so does the river flow east to west? Yeah, it does, right? Because that's how we went to the
East
deep
west,
route.
'cause that's where the mountains go. East to west, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, so yeah, let's hop in and I'll. Actually, is there an oar or anything, or is there a rudder? I mean, I assume it's got some sort of steering mechanism.
Yeah, just however you wish it to be.
Yeah, we'll say
I
that.
was thinking more, whatever.
Well, we'll just say, you know what? There's not really much of a rudder on this thing, but here, there's some brush nearby. We can basically find a long enough branch or something sturdy enough to kind of just push off and keep steady enough.
I mean, the river really doesn't move much, does it?
Yeah, I mean, when we were doing this with Julian, it was you don't really have to do much other than just make sure it's staying straight. That's about all.
All right. And y'all together flip it over, clean it out. It's got long set in mud and everything. He kind of scoops it out. Not necessarily the most pleasant smell.
I'm gonna make Al ride in this one. It'll either come out sparkling clean or he's just gonna be miserable.
Okay. That's smart. He does that little trick.
Yeah, he may just be doing that the whole time.
I like it. All right. Y'all set off easily enough. It doesn't take you long. probably the entire trip, an hour and a half,
Nice.
to find a boat. So back at the fishing post, what is everybody doing other than drying scrolls and stuff? And
Catch any fish? I was actually trying to fish.
that's fine. Go ahead. Gotta ask because I don't know about your equipment. Do you have a fish line and tackle, or
No, I'm turtling with swim speed and my natural claws.
okay? Very cool. That actually might work okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Man, lots of survivals today.
I'm gonna use the shell. It's the dice that got a shell in it. My God, the curse continues.
Oh.
13 total.
13? Okay. It takes you a while to get in the rhythm. You haven't had to really ever fish. But you start to get the hang of it after about an hour of frustration. You don't let yourself give up because you know you don't want to deal with having any possible discussions of what everyone keeps bringing up. And that kind of also gets in your mindset and makes it difficult for you to catch some things. But eventually you start getting some fish. We'll figure out how much in a little bit.
Okay.
But it basically took you an hour before you got your first round of fishing actually completed. All right, Al, Karos, and Stej, what are y'all up to in this hour and a half?
I think I'd be just sitting on the shoreline. I'll go back and forth between keeping an eye out for Rock, make sure he's coming up, or that I see him every now and then. But otherwise, I would look deep in thought, kind of. Uh, yeah, just sitting down on the shoreline with my loot. I'm not playing as much as I normally would. It's very lazy. My mind is somewhere else.
I'd probably be checking in every now and again, but kind of like roaming the outskirts to check out. I don't know exactly how our location looks, but if there's any like slight hills or things that break the
Yeah.
line of sight from where we are, I'd kind of just round the perimeter area, keeping an eye out to see if anything is coming our way or on the horizon moving somewhere noticeable.
So, like, for like actual context on the map, y'all are probably like right around like this hill meets bush area. You haven't necessarily gone so far east where you've actually seen the watchtowers and all that. So there are some hills. They're not massive, but of course you're able to patrol and keep an eye out. So yeah, go ahead and give me just a perception check while you're just kind of looking out and taking in what's around. Okay. Meant to be
Double
23.
23s.
Yeah. Really not that much activity. You can, especially when you get up on a hill, you can see Green Hill out to the distance. If you wouldn't know any better, it would be a peaceful town. Can't make out any real signs of anything. But
No big fires or anything.
yeah, nothing really standing out though. You can't make out too crazy details. You know that it's not. You know that it's like a hornet's nest ready to just be to go off potentially. But
How far would I judge it away? The city?
I would say at this point maybe around about 2-ish miles out. Not super far. Like the boulder fields where you were being kept were actually still like right outside the city. It just happened to be where you guys were running off and going kind of took you further away from it. So not too far. But yeah, you don't see. Oh, I would say this because they are big. You would see the one thing that does remind you of that the city is indeed not as it was you do see a large, towering pair of figures walking, giants off in the distance. Kind of shakes you back to reality. Kind of peaceful day.
Okay. And nothing really coming from the other side, from the east.
Oh, as you kind of look. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, with a 23, I would say yeah. It's much further away. You're not like sure of the distance. The path, as you kind of look at it as it's kind of moving, it doesn't really seem to be. They're not going towards the water, but you do see groups of individuals, large groups, possibly like dozen or so in strength, accompanied by some other large folk walking towards the direction of the town.
Say that one more time. Walking. What was walking?
Towards the direction of the town. From that with the 23, you can tell ogres and giants leaving the east and coming to the town.
Okay, some more coming.
But nowhere in a trajectory that would come close to the river. They're,
Sure. Just somebody I noticed. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. I'll kind of take note of where they are and how far I would guess that it would take them, and kind of just go back and.
They'll make it to town by the day for sure.
Okay. I'll let the others know, Al and Sedge.
Okay. Al Sedge, anything? I know Al, you were mentioning some deep contemplation. Sedge, anything with you, sir?
I'm basking in the sunlight, staring at my my glass ornament dagger thing in the sun, just staring at it again.
Understood.
No, I'm honestly just respiting. I'm
Yeah,
not really doing anything.
Understood. So we'll kind of fast forward just a little bit.
Karos would see one thing coming from the east about an hour and a half later. Two figures coming from the...
Yeah. At some point, Karos, exactly, you do see a boat coming by, and you're able to kind of spot your friends.
Sorry that I stole your thunder.
No, that's fine. You're good.
I liked it.
Dragner's like, Davis, I'm going to the water. He jumps in the water.
Yeah, I'm totally comfortable staring myself.
I'm gonna roll. Maybe. What is his? All right, perfect. Okay. So CJ, as you're fishing, you start kind of getting a hold of, a hang of it, and you actually happen to get like a couple fish in your hands, and you start to kind of return back to the shore to return your catch. Just as you've been kind of going in and out, you feel something grab around your ankle and just pull you.
Hold on to my fish. Can I see it?
You kind of look around, and it's just Dragnar.
I got fish in my hands. Swim to the surface. Does he swim to the surface? He has to swim to the surface. When he gets to the surface, however long that is, I slap him with a fish.
Sure, I'll allow it. Yeah, you just he like takes it across the face. He's like, feeling better?
Could have. That was scary, and well, I guess it can't really hurt.
You said you can breathe underwater. I wasn't worried.
You startled me. I don't like that.
Yeah, well.
I'm a fish, and I hand him the fish.
Okay.
And then I'll go to shore. I got a fish, guys. If anyone's hungry, I have no food left other than this.
All right, go ahead.
How did Dragnar get there? What? Okay.
I'll
It's
just wave it out from the boat. Hi.
Okay. Hey.
Look what we
hey, I
found.
something.
This is your boat.
My boat.
Al.
Yep.
It is it's a dirty boat. It's been sitting there for who knows how long.
Well,
Kind of a-
it could use a little bit of sprucing up. I figured you might be able to help out.
I'll walk towards Davis, meet him at the shore, hands on my hips. So can boats expire? This is rancid. This what? How?
I mean, the wood can rot, sure, but it's good enough. And I'll like knock on the bottom of the boat, be like, it'll hold water, or
Boats
it holds water out at least.
I don't know. Boats could smell like anything besides. Never mind.
Yeah, they can have a lot of smells, friend.
You know, I'll see what I can do because I'm gonna work on that before I hop in. It's different.
All right.
You guys have 2 boats. You are able. CJ, go ahead and roll me 2d6.
2d6. 6 and a 4.
So you got 10 fish in total.
Nice.
Mm.
That's a feast. Anyone hungry? If you got fish.
We had fish porridge or whatever for breakfast, so I'm good.
Yeah.
We should just. Dragon's like, I got it.
Can he?
It's
Can you like cure that or something, Dragnar? Something we can eat along, you know?
I got it.
Thank
He
you.
just kind of takes out his.
Fish jerky or
His little-
something.
I mean, that's gonna take a couple days. But I
Yeah.
can at least clean them, gut them, try to get all the stinky bits out,
Yeah.
wash them off in the river, and we can travel with them. That's exactly what he's gonna do. You'll just see him take your fish, and very quickly spin a dagger that he has, gut it, get the guts out. Anybody eat this? Anybody? I mean, it's good for fishing. Nope.
Good.
Nope.
I'm about tapped out on fish. For now.
Yeah, understood. We'll just throws it into the water. Yeah, make them happy. And he's going to be cleaning the fish, scaling them and everything. Okay.
I don't think
So
we'll probably eat that fish.
everything will eat that fish. So you guys, what are you guys doing? A couple hours have passed basically since the morning. You guys have a boat. Al is cleaning it, I'm assuming.
Why is it so hard to clean?
Are you just precipitating it like the entire time? Like,
It's like I thought I'd do more. I thought I'd do more. In order to scrub harder, I just play the song. I'm more into it.
yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check, Al, while you're cleaning your boat.
That one.
Oh.
Okay.
Total 4.
Davis, something deep down inside of you knows that maybe there was some stuff in the boat that may have been that you guys hadn't had a chance to look at. You're just thinking as Al's cleaning it, saying, oh well, if there was a net or something useful, it's in the water now.
Oh well.
Oh well.
While he's doing that, I'm actually gonna look because we were at basically like a little pier or like somewhere that like fishing boats would set off anyway, right?
Davis, you can tell for sure it was been abandoned and forgotten. Like it had
Okay.
been.
I was looking to see if
long
there's like
time.
any tools or anything at all that might help either slightly repair or slightly clean. the
Sure.
boat.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Yeah, there's a rusty set of couple. It's not like one full set of tools. It's just some tools scattered about, mostly inside the building. Actually, some off. That you find kind of like
carpenter
in
tools
the
or something.
just a set of different tools. Like
Okay.
one, yeah, something for maintaining the shed, but also it looks like there are some fish line and tackle. There is there's some buckets. It looks like a combination of things to keep the shed kind of in working order, and also things to repair your boats as well as get some successful fishing in and stuff.
I'll do that.
Okay. You're proficient in vehicle handling, so go ahead and give me a.
I'm proficient in carpenter's tools as well.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
then you can do it at advantage. So go ahead and give me a. I guess this would be physical labor, so you can give me a strength check.
Sure. 19 total. Oh, with proficiency,
With
20,
advantage.
20 and yeah, with advantage and proficiency, so 23 total.
23. Easy enough. The boat wasn't in too terrible shape. Al's cleaned it up and has just kind of revealed that the boat just seemed to, just looks like it got washed out one day.
Yeah.
Storm.
We're this should be good. Good old ship shape. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, ship shape should be good. Ready to go.
Okay. Can we make sure it still floats after all this?
They,
Yeah, I'll like push it out. Like, look, floats.
Throw it.
It's fine.
well, it's.
And then I'll take like
Kinda-
the oar or whatever, and like kind of pull it back in
Yeah.
before it gets too far.
I will say, Davis, when you were like kind of rummaging through the shed, you also did find a pair of oars.
Okay.
So easy enough to use because Sej's
Yeah,
boat
he doesn't
materialized.
have one, I don't think.
It materialized with the oars.
Oh, okay.
So you guys have 2 functioning rowboats that could easily hold the 6 of you.
Nice.
So
Hey, good job on the boat, Davis. That's a whole new boat. Look at that thing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's thankfully they had the supplies here and still has a bit of a funk to it, but you've done pretty good work. Not bad.
It's tolerable.
I mean, let's be real. Like once a boat gets a bit of a funk to it, you can't really ever get it out.
Good to know.
Unless you just like replace everything like that makes it that boat, and then it's like not even the same boat. It's a different boat.
Would be a different boat.
I mean, would it? I don't know.
So, I just added 2 to the name to be honest. Yeah, it's a child of the boat. What?
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
is it like a clone of the boat or something? Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa. Clone. It's different from an illusion. I don't know. Okay, it's a stinky boat. We'll live with that for today. We'll go back to that. We'll go back to this at some point though.
Yeah.
all right. So what are you boys thinking about doing? Still got some time.
So, do any of you guys know how to steer one of these? It's pretty easy. Like I know Dragnar and Al and Rock we were on a boat that already went down the river, and I know Rock took a turn, kind of like driving. It's a river. It's called the River's Mall now. I actually forget what it used to be called, but whatever. It's because we need somebody to steer the boats, so I can take one, but
That sounds right. I think Rock did have the most hands-on experience. I did a lot of watching, but I only drove it the one time. I think Rock might have driven 2 or 3. Twice or thrice.
Rock, you gonna be comfortable steering this thing into town with some of our friends?
Steer from the water. I'm swimming.
I don't think you can keep up with the boat like this. How fast are you in the water?
Can I keep up with the boat? How fast is a boat?
Let's look.
I mean, it's not a fast-moving river, I don't think. So I think if we wanted to gain a lot of speed, we'd have to paddle it. But
I mean, if he's swimming and I'm paddling, it's not going to go very fast. Just
If the boat's
if
faster,
going-
then I'll.
I'm trying to find. I was able to like look up boats. Give me a second. I think Sej's thing has a link to boats.
It did.
Because I know like I'm searching rowboat and it's not giving me the stat block for it, but there is actually a stat block for rowboats.
There's 1.5 miles per hour, whatever that means.
But it goes, but add an additional 3 miles an hour if it's going downstream.
Do turtles get swim speed bonuses for going downstream?
No.
is your swim speed 30 feet?
Yes.
That's 3.4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
How much?
It's 3.4 miles an hour.
Right, so I should be able to keep up. I might be able to help them go faster.
No, if we're going downstream, we would be going 4.5 miles an hour, right?
Right, 1 plus, yeah. That's right. All right, I'll get in your boat.
I mean, we just need somebody to steer
Or
it.
are we going
Like we went through this on Julian's boat. You're the most qualified.
I perk up with that and. Okay. Jump in the boat.
Yeah.
Wait, can I grab all my scrolls? And then jump in a boat.
They are surprisingly dry already.
Magic things in magic.
As you jump in the boat, Dragnar will be. We're not leaving.
No, we're waiting
Not,
till dusk. I was just making sure you knew. That's
Thank
what
you.
we need. Yeah.
All right.
We should
rowboats.
also maybe be kind of low profile when we go in. Still, like we probably work on some either disguises or just discreet cover.
I like to transform into Billy and kind of.
Man,
give
fuck
the
you, Al.
side
You
eye.
know I hate when you do that shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just me.
Sadly, it's fitting. I think I won't hate you too much, but
How long we
anybody?
got?
Couldn't you do Dazzle or somebody? Oh, she's pretty small though. I don't know if you can go that small.
I'm gonna turn into an owl-sized, owl-height Dazzle.
Yeah, no, it looks weird. She's all
Yeah,
stretched.
Yeah, no, she's
Legs
like
don't,
way cooler
legs
than.
don't look like that.
No, you look like somebody made her out of like dough and like stretched her. It's ugh.
Yeah, I don't like this either. I'm gonna go back to Billy and give the side eye again.
Whatever, fine.
Depending on how much time we have, I'll try and think of something else, but
I mean, you can do it literally with just a thought. It's just like, come on. Any other thought?
I know his backstory, I know his life a little bit. You know, it helps with the
That's fair.
getting into the. I gotta be the character, you know.
That's true. You got a point.
I gotta make it convincing.
Random conversation amongst people that have spent way too much time together. So, Dragnar will kind of, as like the group's kind of gathered, we got the boats tied up, be like, okay. Question, because I don't know how eager we all are. We're not just looking for a fight right away, right? Like,
Probably if we can rally people to our cause, let people know that what we think is going on, and
yeah, how are we gonna make them believe that?
I think there's a bit of doing before we get to scrapping again.
I mean, there is one thing we could do that might work really quickly, but it's a bit of a drastic kind of solution, and it's just we set that damn tree on fire.
I don't
think,
know.
Yes,
I
that's
how.
think that being cautious is foremounts. You're dealing with two factions of people, normally enemies, who have united under the fanaticism of the hag's trickery. If you attack one of their leaders, you will bring the anger of all of those that believe themselves to be faithful to
Yeah, but
this.
I'm worried about the harvest, right? Like the whole idea is that they're gonna start harvesting people, or they're
I
whatever.
understand that. Whether or not that is a literal harvest or if it is something magically inclined, I can't help but feel like our actions in that other place,
The
I
Boulder
can't
Fields,
remember the name of.
or the ethereal
Yeah.
here between.
Yes, that. I can't help but assume that we've at least bought some time. Whatever was there, whatever plans that Amy and her coven had, their portion, at least for now, is foiled. Whether it could be redone in time, possibly. We don't really know what happened to that entity. It dissipated and left rock, but is it vanquished? Is it just stuck over there right now, waiting for someone else to inhabit? So, in the meanwhile, while I agree that the last coven should be dealt with, I think that rushing into it, you could find yourself not just fighting a trio of powerful evil beings, but an entire town of ogres, giants, their kin, as well as townsfolk who have succumbed to the, whether it be brainwashing or just a silver tongue. But do you know, I have never dealt with hags before in my travels. Were the illusions and guises that Amy and her kin have used, is that something that could be dispelled to show, if we were in a situation where we could fight them discreetly, that would be the best. But if it were a situation where they were addressing their followers and suddenly turned to the vile creatures that they are, people may at least be confused, if not, willing to realize that they'd been tricked if someone were to, try to talk them out of it at that point. Or if there is a resistance group, find out if they're willing to make a move. And if we could unveil the trickery as they are ready to move, then some of the loyal followers could be subjugated, with much of the townsfolk hopefully not coming to their aid.
I'm gonna take the oar that I'm holding and like poke either Rock or Al, who's ever closest, and be like, I don't know, can we dispel their disguise stuff?
I
Both of you have the spell, right? Like you both know it.
know of it, yeah. I've seen Grant and maybe Sej cast it.
If it's castable, if it's the same one that you can pull, Al, then yeah.
Are you talking about the
disrupt-
spell?
Yep.
The spell Evil and Good?
No. Disguise
There's one
self.
for
Spell
I don't
magic.
know another spell we need to dispel, but we've only caused casual cataclysms with dark fairy crystals, trying to use trying to dispel things, trying to dispel magics.
If it's at least similar to the spell that you use, Al, that it's susceptible to spell magic for sure.
Gotta be. It all falls. Raw magic is so it's broad while it's vague. I think it could work.
Okay.
But how many one-eyed sisters have we seen? Because I've been pondering that how they fit into it. The hags are magic. The rest of the cult is just a bunch of followers, whether, as you said, by silver tongue or by brainwashing. The sisters with the one eye, they definitely have some kind of magic to them. I could feel they were seeing through my disguise. I don't think they're just like a mortal has been blessed. I think it could be the hag, but how many have we seen? I feel like I've seen more than 3 different sisters like that.
Give me a religion check, Al, if you want.
Can I help him? I'm proficient.
Please.
Was one of them
Sure.
was Nutra? She didn't have one eye out, did she?
She did.
Oh, she did. Oh, okay.
Do I have all my luckies?
Yeah, it's a new
Yeah, you
day,
just woke
but
up.
you have advantage from Saj. She's helping you.
Oh, I have advantage as well. Okay, second dice. That's much better. Total of 20. Dirty 20.
20? I mean,
Thanks, Ed.
so dirty 20. You were face to face with Nutra. Rock blew Nutra up. You seemed human. You were face to face with Amy. She had all of her eyes. You think that more the giving up of the eye probably does bestow some sort of power and blessing. It's like your best guess. It's a guise for a blessing that the mother would give, but in this case, it's somehow the hags are using it to control, manipulate the sisters. The sisters might have some sort of power, but they also might not know where their power is coming from. Since the whole religious thing or the belief of the mother is that she plucked out her eyes, right? And planted them so that she could see throughout the land. So it is that you heard the sermon, especially since you were up there at the sermons. You heard, like, she gave up her eyes so that we can see. Some of us are chosen to give up what we have, but to just give a small piece of ourselves so that the land can bear fruit. Kind of the same thing. So
Okay, I'll definitely share that with the group. This it could be a blessing in disguise. It could be a dark ritual. It could be the same way they've kind of stolen this long forgotten religion. There may be some actual powers there with the Mother of the Bounty, and they just don't know what they're doing. The way they
definitely
just
not
kind of,
hacked.
yeah, I think they are just people. I think there's still a hierarchy, and they graduate and
Yeah, but they definitely, or I think they still use disguises and stuff, right? Like when I saw Amy, I just thought she was a regular giant lady, and then as soon as I go over to the ethereal, I see wigs attached to her belt, and she's talking to me about being tricky and stuff. So, and looks, noticeably different. So, there's some disguises, it's just not the eyeball thing, I guess. But
true. I remember the issue, as far as I know about the spell, height is the issue, as you've seen. So it definitely wouldn't be Amy, but her sisters. There's a chance, I guess, but I still think it might be.
like, do we know, is there any more giant hags, right? Like, 'cause you kind of know about the Coven of Covens, right? Do we know anything about the hags specifically, or do we just know that there's another coven? I mean, we've
There,
seen the one, but the other two we have no idea, right? So the one that we
there's
saw was
another
like our
giant
size.
hag. Yeah, the one we saw was our size. If there's another giant hag living in the sewers, I swear I'm not dealing with another one of those.
I would have really loved to have Calisaur to deal with that. Like have like an even bigger snake. Like how cool would that be, dude?
Along with the monkey and the
Yeah,
giant
the big
lizard.
ass
Oh my.
monkey too. Oh my god.
You know, I was gonna write a song about that battle of the two. I'm gonna throw in Calisaur. Nobody's gonna know the difference.
Yeah.
Great.
You write your own
Snake
songs,
ride.
man. You write your own songs. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna point at everybody like, you got me? Yep. Nobody doesn't leave this room. This camp.
Hey, when Al points at everybody, I'd like to have slipped off underwater and then swam to the other shore, and I want to like search for food because somebody complained that there was the entire fish.
Okay.
Where the
Yes,
Like without
Al,
anyone noticing me, if possible.
we'll say sure. I mean, I'm not gonna make you do a retroactive stealth check. It's fine. Everybody was kind of tied up. Yeah, you managed to. Al, he's not there again.
my finger is wandering. Where did Rock go? I want to point to him.
Oh well. He'll be back. We need to. Since he's not here, like we all just need to give him space. You guys, just like he's going through a real tough time, and he's maybe insecure. I don't know, but he's scared if nothing else, and we should just help him however we can. Okay?
Space, yes, but I think reassurance as well.
Oh yeah.
I think we just need to push on him that it's not his fault. I mean,
He's gonna get tired of hearing that, though. Honestly, that's something he's gonna have to figure out on his own.
that's true.
Go ahead and give me that survival check, Mr. Forager.
I was like, what did our discussion bring about?
And Rock, you didn't hear any of this shit because you're underwater.
Yep. Well, I'm back technically roaming around the forest now. I think. Survival check. Ooh, good one. 21 total.
Just checking, because I know you forget you have the spell. Did you want to guidance yourself since you were so focused on making people happy?
Do I always have guidance? I do always have guidance. No.
Okay, 21. Easy enough. You are able to find different fruit-bearing little shrubs. You find one that definitely poisonous and nope. But then you know that where this berry is, there tends to be another grouping of berries. You find them, little clusters of dark violet berries that when you squeeze them, they release this really dark violet purple juice. Delicious. You're able to find a bunch of that. You find some edible barks on one of the trees that are growing there. It's almost like paper. You pull off and you can chew on it. Not bad. Tastes kind of like a vanilla, just a little bit. So yeah, you're able to gather, I would say, go ahead with the 21. Roll me, just roll me a d6.
Six.
How much? 6?
6.
6. Wow. Okay. Well, it's 2 plus 6. So yeah, you're able to get what you would consider comfortably. Takes you a little while, and you kind of start like using like some of your little extra, bags and vessels that you have on yourself to kind of fill them up. But you're gone for a while, and you're able to gather enough for 8 solid meals of berries and bark, and you're pretty happy with your find.
Okay. The
A lot.
last thing before I go back,
Mm-hmm.
I take out my bag of devouring.
Mm-hmm.
I take a berry,
Mm-hmm.
and I, without going anywhere near me, getting in its mouth,
I get you.
toss the berry in its mouth from a distance. And I'm like, "Do you eat? Do I need to feed you?"
Doesn't respond. The berry, like you open the top and throw the berry in, and it just kind of shuts itself, and it looks like a regular bag of holding, just smiling at you, happy.
Okay. I'm gonna take your smile as a yes. I'll feed you every day. Put it back, and I head back to camp for my food.
Okay. Eventually, guys, yeah, as you guys are, whatever the guys at the camp are doing, you guys can tell me. Rox was gone for, again, probably about another hour or hour and a half.
I'm gonna grab at least one of those healing potions. And
okay.
I forget. Did Marb say that we don't know what kind of healing potions they are, or he didn't say anything or anything?
He said
we
he doesn't know what they are.
Oh, okay.
They're healing potions.
Okay, I'm just gonna...
I mean, I know what they are.
Okay.
So.
Right. And,
I'll remember that.
I'll just grab one. I'll just say, like, I'm gonna take one of these. Somebody else should probably have the other. Are they? Anybody care? Okay. I'll just grab one.
Go ahead and add one healing potion, and then Danny.
You want me to just put like a generic, generic item, or like the actual one? Because we don't know what type it is, right?
Yeah, you don't know. So just put healing potion, and then put a note on it to say, from Eastern Hags. Could you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Karos, do you have a way to heal yourself? Kind of bring yourself back up during battle?
In minor ways, I can sort of focus myself to shrug off some minor wounds, but for the most part, I have to take some rest and bandage myself as normal. Essentially, I have second wind and then regular resting.
Ooh. Then I will definitely throw out yeah, I'd vote that Karos can get the other potion. I mean, me and Sej and Rock, we kind of try to stay back lines as much as we can. But you're definitely up in the fray. I think it'll be more useful to you.
Dragnar's gonna be like, I can just do this and heal, and then like, steals himself.
Yeah, we all know that, Dragnar. We know you're damn invincible. I don't know if I've ever seen you fall.
Not invincible, just tough as nails. Trust me.
Close enough.
I will say that I do have one potion of greater healing already. So while I would take another one if somebody else frontline does not have one at all, then
I'll actually grab the other
Yeah.
potion of healing and like just hold it out and say, Dragnar, I don't know, Al.
Let Kitty Whiskers take it.
Okay. Yeah, I do too.
Thank
I
you.
mean, if he's locking something down, we want him to keep it locked down. Suki, just make the same note. Generic healing potion, and then just say from Eastern Hags.
Yeah. So there's like a white
Uh,
potion of healing common item that I just did that and then put the note from Eastern Hags. Although this one seems to
Gotcha.
assume that it's a lesser, but it
Yeah,
whatever,
I know
whatever.
what the value is.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry.
Okay.
Is it so? Okay.
If you just search for healing under there's a white one.
So a 2d4 plus 2 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't
okay.
worry, it is not that weak, but it's just put that there, and then just make the note that it's like from Eastern Hags. So if you ever use it, you just read me the note, and I'll tell you what it does.
Gotcha.
Are the two bottles identical?
Mm. Yeah, fairly identical. I mean, like the glassware is different, but the contents inside is the same.
Smell the same?
Alright, give me that.
I believe so. Let me
Yeah, I'll check too.
look.
Yeah, it really smells like medicine.
I think they think
Yeah,
they're exactly
yeah, they
the
do.
same.
All, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they look and smell identical. The only thing that's different is the little glass vials that they're in, but that's probably just because it's whatever vial was available. Put it in.
Just came from different adventuring
Yeah.
groups or whatever.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, alright.
I may hold. I'm gonna grab. Let me see what it looks like so I can just describe it first before I. But there's one I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna be like, maybe Al should get this one, and it is a kind of silvery, metallic-y, like kind of thick liquid. And I'll just be like, Al, you might want something like this, cause yeah, this might be for you.
Do I recognize it?
I don't know actually. I don't know if we've had this one before.
Which one is it?
It's the
Davis?
invulnerability.
Oh, I mean,
I thought we had though, because I thought when Amara gave us some stuff. I don't.
no, you have one adamantine blood that y'all never use.
Okay.
You still have it because the bag of devouring didn't eat it, so you have it somewhere. Like you probably
Well,
have
it's
it.
Rock's friend now.
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah, I
because
said we got it
you
all out. That's
literally
true. We got it
dumped
all.
the contents out of it.
Oh. Smart.
So
I put it back then.
there's a dark Davis as you're like looking at it. You have that that shimmering silver one, and then you remember that you pulled another one. And while they're like the same sized vials, essentially the dark one that's almost like this dark black, slightly metallic vial weighs like 10 times as much as the other one. It's just incredibly heavy for the same amount of liquid, and it's just you're like, oh yeah, this one, and it like sets your AC to like 18 for an hour or something.
What's it called again?
Adamantine blood.
Okay.
I think.
Is that a hard 18 or base AC?
Your natural AC becomes 18.
What the hell? Okay.
So like if you are wearing armor and it's less than 18, you have an 18.
I will
Gotcha.
say, Corbin, you and I can. That's another thing we can talk about running stuff. That armor calculations are weird, and the way they work
Yeah.
are weird. But I can explain it.
So sets AC to 18 if lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's just to keep it so that you don't have to like be like, oh, I have to take my armor off. Just to keep it simple. It's like if you're a barbarian and you're running around naked and you drink this, if your AC is less than 18, it becomes 18. If you're a monk and you're naked and you're running around and your AC is less than 18, it becomes 18.
I
If
added
you're
it.
wearing, you get cool. If you're
What about
wearing plate, the
Yeah.
shield is separate, so it takes into account the shield or your buckler. But like if you, for whatever reason, let's say have armor on and your armor without any extra bonuses is 20, and you drink this potion, your skin AC and your natural AC become 18. So if somehow for some reason you get stripped of your armor,
Oh,
you
because
still
it's
have
your
that.
armor, not your skin. Okay.
Yeah.
So like in the Hydra fight,
if
Grant and I really could have used this.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So if a paladin with AC 20 and a tower shield and all that shit took it, they wouldn't really be in effect on him.
No, but like if they got somehow their armor blasted off of them and they took
Dissolved.
this, yeah, then all of a sudden they still have an 18 AC.
If 6 black puddings started attacking them, then they'd still have
Yeah.
an AC of
Oh.
18.
Oh
yeah,
no.
basically. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I will take the potion at the mention.
And which one do you
Oh
want?
no, yes, I wasn't
Invulnerability?
offering you that one. I was offering you the invulnerability one, which gives you
Yeah.
resistance to all damage for 1 minute.
That makes a lot more sense because I don't have to take off my armor. Okay. Yeah, I won't question it. It's like, okay. Is it
Yeah,
just
you got pretty
for-
banged up when that fucking hag threw that like bag of bones from the that messed you up pretty bad, and I think this might have helped.
No, that hurt pretty bad. Okay, so this is just emergencies. If I start feeling down, just take this. Do you know what this is?
Yeah. And I mean, I can
You guys-
explain exactly what it is.
Yeah. You guys would have had time to be familiar with everything that you guys collected. So you know exactly what the stuff is from the Hag's Hut, except for the 2 healing potions. Because it's hard to determine their
Strength or yeah.
yeah.
I will definitely start a conversation and be like, "This is from the Hag's Hut? I didn't know we still had this. Okay, forgot this entirely. Would you mind the cliff notes? Like, how long does it last?
1 minute.
1 hour. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute.
Oh, I was like, oh shit.
Sorry, yeah. The adamantite blood is 1 hour. Sorry.
Yes, adamantine blood is an hour.
Okay, is it a literal invulnerability or just a name?
It's resistance to all damage,
Oh,
so not literal invulnerability. The spell
I can be
invulnerability
pregnant
is
for a day.
literal invulnerability, but
But you can spell. I think.
nice. Wait, what?
I
You
think.
dispel potion effects?
no. The spell.
no,
I said the spell invulnerability is actual
spell.
literal invulnerability, but the potion of invulnerability is not literal invulnerability.
Gotcha, that makes sense. I did hear dispel when you.
Well, he said you can
Oh.
dispel invulnerability, maybe.
Yeah, because it's a concentration spell, so you can dispel it. Yeah. You'd be like, oh, you're invulnerable.
They're
Dispel. I mean, it's a
Ninth
9th
level?
level spell, so you have to really try to
That
knock
makes
it off.
sense.
But it's funny.
9th level?
It is funny.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is. It's
No one
literally
takes
makes
it
you
'cause
invulnerable.
they just take wish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is just better.
All right. So yeah, Al, go ahead and add a potion of invulnerability to yours. Davis, you already got the elixir of adamantine blood on yours.
Correct.
After receiving that, I will finally kind of be like, so what else is in this pile? What else can we distribute? But up until that point, he's kind of been ignoring it.
If anybody wants to be super strong for an hour, there's this thing here, and it's this kind of like cloudy potion with like this gross little bit of fingernail in it. And
How
Dragnar's
strong are
like
we
strong.
talking?
You said strong.
Ah,
yeah, sure, here, go for it.
All right. Dragnar will take the cloud giant, right? Cloud giant. Potion.
Honestly, it would have also been hilarious if Al took that.
I mean,
A literal plus 19 to your strength? Sure.
yeah.
What?
It just sets your strength to 27 for an hour.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, I could give it to Al if you want. I just know Dragnar would want it.
No, it makes sense for Dragnar because he actually does
Okay.
try and use his strength so much, and it's not his, quote unquote literal strong suit.
Yeah.
Try to grapple again. I'm like, oh, this works. No, I need more. I need more. I'm gonna suplex you.
Al becomes.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can start doing unarmed attacks that don't do literally 0 damage now.
Oh my god, I can punch things and it'll hurt.
Yeah, y'all looted some. I mean, you guys looted some decent stuff. Okay, so I put the potion on Dragnar's sheet. So time is passing as you guys are doing this. I guess, is there anything else that comes to mind? Rock, you would have been able to come back at any point after about an hour and a half with your 8 rations worth of vegetation.
Y'all yell from across the river. And with thaumaturgy, can someone bring a boat? I got food.
There he is. Hey, Davis, can you watch me make sure I'm doing this? I know oaring isn't too difficult. I want to make sure I'm doing it right. I haven't
So
had a hands
as-
on in a while.
As he yells, you just see birds from the trees just
Yeah,
water
I'm
away.
pissed that he did that, but okay.
I'm gonna rephrase. There he is.
Yeah. Well, so much for not, laying low, but you're gonna row over there and pick him up.
Yeah, I'll just in case I like miss a technique that
So make sure
is really
you
important.
row, up river, like head a little bit east because the current's gonna carry you back. So just make sure you kind of angle it like 30, 45 degrees downstream.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be fighting against you. So.
Guys, did you hear me? Bring a boat.
I'm just
I
gonna
got
like jump
food.
around and like like wave and
Mm.
because I assume it's
Throwing my arms up.
how wide is the river?
It's fairly wide. Like, it's a substantial river. While
Like
it
a
might
couple
be
hundred feet.
moving slow, it's big. Like, I wish I wish I could settle on a width, but it's many boats can be going down it at the same time, right?
Yeah, like larger boats even.
Yeah, so I don't know. I wish I was. I'll try to think of a width for it here because it does change in various. Because once it gets to Green Hill, the way that Green Hill happened to be built, it just kind of like it splits up into a bunch of little fingers, and then eventually it reforms into one river on the western side, and heads out.
That's cool.
So, uh, I mean, maybe about half a mile wide.
Oh, okay, so over 1,000 feet, so 2,000 feet.
I would say, yeah, because like what a mile is
280.
5,280. So I would
Yeah.
say like 2,500 the widest.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot more than
It,
60. Okay, I'll take it.
yeah, it's substantial. But that's only at its widest. Normally it's probably 1,000. And then once you get into the city, it's like some of the little fingerlings are maybe 40 feet across. Nothing crazy.
Nice.
So
Yep,
it's a
that's
big
it.
river.
Keep going. Good, buddy. Doing good.
Yeah. Easy
Okay.
enough, Al. I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Okay, cool. I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grit my teeth for this shit.
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm not in this evening. I'm not in the mood for just random rolls. Just,
And then the boat tips over, and then the Kraken gets you.
I mean, the Maw of Dagger's son comes back after you. Ah, you killed
Oh
my
no.
daddy.
Junior
So yeah,
daggers.
you collect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you collect Rock, and he has a lot of purple berries and this very thin paper-like bark. And he's just smiling at you.
Hi, Al. I got food. This is.
Ooh,
I almost blew you guys up, so I'll feed you.
that's not. Are those the berries? Are those the? We had those at, like the Adventurers Guild. Ooh, yeah. I'm
Have some.
I definitely have one up front.
Yeah, delicious, sweet. It's a nice, it's like that instant burst of sugar energy, I'm like, whew, nice, delicious. It
Oh,
tastes very similar to like a blueberry, but just much more intense and sweet.
oh,
So
oh, these are good fine rock. Oh wow. Do you you? I haven't seen you in a while. You've been swimming the whole time. Do you want in the boat?
I swam over to get food. Someone said that they were tired of fish, so I got not fish.
Oh,
Try this. And I had Al some of the bark. It tastes like vanilla.
I'm gonna take a little smallest bite.
yeah, it's
Oh,
basically like one of those communion wafers, like texture. Tastes like vanilla though.
ooh. Whatever that magic stuff the Grant does, this puts it to shame 100-fold. Oh, good find. 1,000-fold.
Let's take it back and then everyone can eat. We can go to town. Save everybody.
Yeah, that's the goal. Save everything we can. Thanks, Rock. Good job. I'm gonna just help him load stuff onto the boat.
I let Al do all the paddling back because I'm just arms full of goodies.
Oh, okay. I'm not loading the boat with it. Okay.
He's happy. You're able to use some of like the peeled bark as to like naturally kind of hold the berries and everything. So, but yeah, I hope you saw my note, TJ. Go ahead and just, if you want to, you can put 8 rations, and if you want to put a note, you can say, you know, purple berries and vanilla bark, or however you're comfortable logging it.
I also, since I can't edit Dragnet sheet, I did put in mine 10 fish. But technically Dragnet.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. So yeah, Menagerie, everybody gets gathered. We'll say, unless if you guys have anything, we'll say that we can, you know, roll in the clock, and it's getting towards that time where starting to look up at the sky, and it's probably about a good time to jump in the elephant boat and the abandoned boat and head on in to town.
And if you're
I'm
wearing your
gonna
armor,
get
doff
up
it.
and sit in my boat right smack dab in the middle.
And your fancy, your masterpiece over there. That's good.
I look so proud about my boat right now.
I'll egg him on. Man, I'm jealous of that elephant boat. I know we worked hard on this, but look at that. He's badass.
It's just a boat. I'm just very proud.
But this guy's kind of an
Yeah.
elephant motif, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
before?
yeah. Like I'm
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
remember.
that's right. You did say that.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to remember what you call. Like, I'm not like at the bow or the stern, but the actual like front
The
part of the
masthead,
boat.
I think,
You know,
or
that,
something like that.
what is it?
Is it masthead or no? That's like on the newspaper. There's a figurehead.
Yeah. Yeah, I will call it like a figurehead. It is while the abandoned rowboat doesn't really have a figurehead, right? This one does have like a design of an elephant.
Yeah.
So pretty stand out for a boat, but hey, whatever. Yeah, figurehead. But obviously on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
How are you guys getting, like, you guys were, like I said, Davis, you were able to find different tarps and cloths and vessels to make it look.
Yeah.
You guys can disguise the boats fairly well.
I'm
Oh.
taking my armor off for sure. I'm doing doing the brown cloak thing. That's all I got.
You guys get in the boats. Sej is obviously an elephant boat. Who's accompanying him?
I'll
Sedge's
definitely
boat,
dinghy.
the one that like was smaller.
They're roughly the same size. They're
Oh,
both
okay.
rowboats. Yeah, they're, you know.
Okay.
Do we need to balance weight? We probably need to balance weight, eh?
I think it comfortably holds 3, even the heavy 3.
Yeah, I mean, putting 3 of y'all in there, doesn't matter what combination of 3. Even if you put the 3 heaviest in one boat, it'll be fine.
I'll jump in with Sedge. I'll give him a berry.
Okay. He presents you a berry, Sej.
Ooh.
As Rock goes into that boat, I'll hand him the orb. Be like, "You're up."
I
I'm
can
gonna
do this.
eat it.
I like. Sorry.
I just said I'm gonna eat your berry. That's it.
Delicious, Sej. Delicious.
And what did you
Yo,
say, Rock?
and- I hand Davis a berry too.
Cool. I'll eat it.
Yep. Same ones that you had in the Adventurers League. Delicious.
Oh,
Nice
fantastic.
little sweet jolt of flavor.
It's got like just a slight tinge of sourness, but it's really good.
Alright. So I think, is it like this? Are these the boats? Is that how we're setting them up?
Seems right.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Alright.
We really did
Right.
almost put the 3 heaviest in one boat, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we might have actually put
You
the
did.
3 heaviest.
You did put the 3 heaviest in one boat.
Uh,
So, okay. You guys cast off. You know, it's still light enough, but you know, with the travel time and everything, and letting the river lazily take you down, only really using the oars to kind of steer with your net, with your, you know, your false nets of cat and, you know, likely your equipment and stuff is kind of covered to make it look like you're bringing in a haul of some sort. Some sort of disguises
a
amongst
fish in a net.
themselves. Yeah. You know, putting on your cloaks, some of the brown cloaks that you guys managed to gather. You know, Dragnar actually taking his hood off and just kind of exposing his face more than normal. You do see his bestial tattoos. Al disguised as Billy, is it?
I'll be Billy up front, but once somebody
Okay.
else takes a turn of row, I'll just kind of go through a lot of things, use my buckler as a mirror,
I
try to
don't.
make something up.
I don't anticipate that we're taking turns. I think I'm just gonna do it the whole way. It's not that far. I don't think.
Not bad. It's lazy river way down. It'd be easier if it was 2 people rowing, one on one side, one on the other side. Uh, Not necessary because they are, you know, decent sized boats.
I will start by having both oars and be like, this is how you build muscle, right?
With
It's not how,
that,
it's not how I did it,
Mhm.
but okay.
Oh, shit.
with that, we'll say that the menagerie is able to head down the river. All of you go ahead and give me perception checks.
Ooh.
Okay. The sea colored one is rock, which is 16, and Dragonite is 19 plus
Plus 6, I think, for him.
6.
Plus
25.
6. Yeah. Okay. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Wow. All right. Well, everyone pretty much decent except for Davis right now.
I'm busy steering the boat.
Yeah.
Praise the sloth buff. I'm not helping with the rowing, so I'm definitely keeping a keen eye out.
Hey, Jones. Hey, die. All right. I'll say pretty much everybody. Oh yeah, because that's or Karos, your perception is technically intelligence, isn't it? That's why you do get
Yes.
advantage. I forgot about that. Yeah, Davis, you're just so focused.
I'm
What-
also like keeping an eye on the other boat, making sure it's not like drifting. Yeah.
yeah.
The
So-
goggles for
Oh.
sight-related checks are advantage
Right. That's right.
and seeing fire.
Yeah. That's right. So something you guys, it doesn't strike you initially as you're kind of starting to get closer to town, but then it's odd. Where are the other boats? Why aren't there other people in the water with you? And then, Rock, you remember that there was a phenomenon on this side of the river. And Jones literally just laid on all my dice. Okay.
They're all natural
No
20s,
rolls
unless it's
for the
against
rest
us.
of the night.
Look at that. Just like right on my dice. He does not care. He's like, these are my dice now. He's like, I don't want to be on the camera, Dad.
Haha.
Well, hail Jones, master of chaos.
Yo. Yeah, there's no boats.
Guys, this is where I went in. There was a whirlpool, pink lights, and this is where I joined you guys on the other side. There was a lot of people here last time. I don't know if it's safe. I dive into the water. Let's jump off the boat. Dive.
Are we rowing close enough that we can hear each other?
Yeah, you guys are, it's lazy. It's a lazy enough river. Yeah, and then Al with that 28 and Sej with the 23. I think also you said Dragnar had a 25 or 26 total.
Yes, he did.
The 3 of y'all would notice as like Rock decides to jump in that off to the distance there is like white water, kind of, but not terribly. Just kind of seems like maybe like the remnants of something like a localized little whitewater. But then as you look kind of beyond it, there is where you see like one of the bridges and part of town where you get closer, you can actually start making out people. Lots of people gathered. and it kind of sprawls out along the riverbank on both sides. And Al, with that ridiculous roll, you do see that there are little tents set up. There are like quickly set up shrines with streamers. And this looks to have been very quickly converted into some sort of shrine, holy location or something. I don't know.
Hey, do you guys see that? I know.
Yeah, I
Rock
just saw
mentioned
Rock go in the
whirlpool.
water. What the fuck?
No, up ahead. Are those right waters? It's moving, right? There's a whole conglomeration around it. I don't know, it looks like a festival or maybe a shrine. It's kind of there's a lot of people over there. In the distance.
Okay.
I think we should get out of the water. Hey guys, Sedge, which bank are we
Yes.
closer to? Shit. Should get out of the water. Pick a
Really?
shore, any shore.
Let's pick the same shore.
Smart.
Do you guys know how to get? Did Rock leave the oar when he went? Just
Of course.
yeah,
Sure.
follow, and then I'll start paddling over to the nearest bank, whichever one that is. I
Alright.
don't know, north or south.
We'll say north for something different. Rock, sploosh. What are you looking for?
Remnants of pinkness or whirlpool or any sign that this area had been disrupted before.
Because you have a swim speed, because you're underwater and you have a thing, you do also see fairly well underwater right now. Off quite a ways down to the distance, you do see kind of not nearly as intense as it was when you bamfed into it or tried to stick your hand into it and got pulled away. But there does seem like the water, you can actually see like ripples and currents in the water distance ways away. No real color, nothing like that. But yeah, it does look like there seems to be some sort of activity. Nothing as violent as you recall. About, I don't know, 400, 500 feet away from where you jumped off.
Okay, I'll swim back to meet the boats.
Okay.
I'll inform people of that. And then
Yeah.
just
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't just dive into the water like that. Jeez.
you know, I have to. I had to make sure it was safe.
I mean, the boats.
Let's
were
hear Buffalo.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't feel super safe to be honest. I was hoping we'd all abandon. The second we saw the. You said a whirlpool. That looks a lot bigger than I expected. Pretty wide. I think.
Oh, it was crazy last time. I had to magic just to get into it.
You went
I tried
into it.
swinging and it like spit me out. It was intense. I didn't really know that I was gonna find you guys there, but
You purposely went to the
I think
core.
that's happening. I should look at it.
So this is where you entered the in between or whatever it was called.
Yeah, well, it was in this area. There's a lot of people watching. It was kind of the event of the day, I guess.
Well, if I remember correctly, you operated within or around the crystal, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of slid down into right by the crystal. It was a weird experience.
Anyone proficient in Arcana, go ahead and give me a roll.
In what?
In what?
Arcana.
Hey.
And technically, if you wanted to use one of Dregnar's motes, you can make him proficient in it. I think that's what I wrote. Let's
What
see.
that means.
Add his proficiency
So
bonus.
let's see. While
yeah.
meditating, you can get a number of knowledge checks. I want to see if it's while he's. Oh no, he has to be meditating to do it. Never mind. Got it.
Huh?
Let me make sure. Okay, so yeah, he gets proficiency in history, and he can add his wisdom modifier to it, and then while meditating, he can focus on things. Okay, yeah, so never mind. He can't do it. So just anyone proficient in Arcana.
He didn't roll well. I rolled a 3, so
13?
15 total.
Oh, 15? Yeah,
Whoa.
no. And not enough. Just a phenomenon, maybe associated with. I mean, Rock got to the other side with it somehow, but
Should be careful here, I think, because it took us to where the other. I don't know how the hags work. But we should just be careful, guys.
So there's a crowd, like above this area. Is
yeah. So yeah, let's see if I have a better. Actually, you know what? It's silly enough to say, but you know, kind of like in the picture that you just posted, Donnie, where you see the river and the bridge off to the
yeah,
distance. So just kind of imagine if we look at Discord, like on both sides of the river, like maybe all the way out, past the rock that you see and all that. There's just crowds gathered, and they like up on the bridge, walk across, and they kind of U around it, and then in the middle of all that, in the is this like now just slightly turning area of water. But you do see tents, and it does look like people have been camping out in the area, and people are like gathered, and around the bridges there's like streamers wrapped up, and it looks like there's been makeshift gathering shrines because it was something happened here, or it was very interesting. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of activity right now, just a lot of people. It's kind of gathered.
This might be good for us, right? We can just blend in, behave like we're here for the mother or whatever, and just pass on through, right?
is it worth us staying, or is it worth us keeping on to?
I think we should try and meet our allies, right?
Shouldn't we see what they're doing?
Something about what's happening here doesn't feel right. That's for sure. Nothing has been right in Green Hills so far, but if what Rock says, he came to the in between, or whatever have you.
Here between.
Yeah, close
Mm-hmm. Very safe of you. Yeah.
enough. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Something about that just feels strange because whatever came out of that crystal felt similar to what had its grasp on Rock in the first place, and whatever we released seemed important. If I were a wise elephant, not saying that I am, I'm not full of myself, I swear, I would put those two in this place connected together somehow. And whatever these guys are doing, it doesn't seem. Something about it doesn't seem right. Is it worth staying, though? I'm not sure.
I mean, I'd rather meet up with our allies first and let them at least know what's going on, what we've done in the east, that we've sent, somehow at least one of our allies and some other friends to the outpost. I think we don't. This is another situation where we don't know what we'd be getting into if we started trying to dig into things, and then we'd just get in trouble and people would get hurt. And I'll stare at Rock when I say that. And so I don't think that's wise.
Kind of with you there.
I don't want people to get hurt. Let's
Yeah,
let's not hurt people, please.
Does anybody think it's worth? I I could disguise myself as a commoner in just 2 minutes. Go in, see if I can ask somebody like, "Oh, it's the whirlpool. What do you think it is?" I don't something. See if I can get any information and just bail immediately.
I mean, maybe you do that as we all pass through, and then you just leave as a commoner, right? Just go in as a commoner. We all kind of make our way through and loosely together. You do your own thing for a little bit, and then meet back with us on the way through. We don't have to go in and out.
Sounds like a plan. I like this idea.
Okay, I'll try not to. Yeah, I'll keep it short. Keep an eye on y'all. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep your eyes out for everybody else, and if anybody sees anybody we recognize or sees anything that might lead us to like Isos and his crew, then let's try and get everybody's attention and meet up. talking.
Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of drawing basically where the people are gathered.
Oh, okay.
I believe Al has been Billy this whole time. As we get
Yep.
closer, he'll start to fall back into the accent.
Okay.
I will say,
Like
as soon as you said you
character.
could disguise yourself as a commoner, like if you were looking at me, you would see my eyes light up a little bit. Like, yes, no, Billy, fuck yeah.
I'll give him that. I'll try and be a Joe Schmo. Go
Okay.
go.
All right, Al.
Yeah, half elf male, brunette, brown robe.
Okay.
Put up.
Okay. Easy enough. This is a similar stature, I'm assuming, to you. So the image burns into existence. Are you going before the group? Is he taking like kind of the lead before you guys and you guys are following in, or is there a marching order?
I'll definitely propose that. Y'all mind if I walk ahead?
Sure.
Guys, they know me. I'm gonna disguise myself too, if that's okay.
You can
Do
do that?
you mind that I?
Oh, yeah.
Do you mind that I bow out of this one in particular? I'll keep watch on the boats.
Are
Yeah,
we
we
going
need
all
you
the
to-
way through?
Yeah, we're trying to go meet people in town.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still.
I don't think
My
we're coming
bad.
back to the boats.
Is it worth going around? Would anybody else be up for that if we do have to do that?
Actually, real quick,
I mean,
real quick, I'm curious to see if Sedge is like super fucking dejected that we're leaving his boat here.
I am. I was about to roleplay that. Hold on.
Like, because I get
I'm
this
gonna,
feeling that
I'm
he
gonna
might.
look at my boat
It's like his first boat.
longingly. Yeah. I
It's
thought
like-
we had some more to travel. I'm
You know,
sorry.
I mean, if you want, we can try and, hide these or disguise these in a way. Like, this thing was actually pretty, and I'll point to the other boat. I was like, this was pretty well hidden. I can maybe try and hide it the same way. And if we get back here, we can maybe take it. I understand.
I think it's worth just weighting down with a rock and putting it in some reeds. I don't think it'll be easy to find either way, but
I mean, it's probably
I'm
best
gonna
to
look
keep
at
it
my boat longingly.
on. If you put it on shore and hide it, that's probably the best way. Just flip it over, make it look like it's, just part of the brush.
I'm still not sure how your whole system works, but you can't turn it back into pants, can you?
Sadly not.
Oh,
Well, no, I can't. Not yet, at least.
oh,
I'm working on that one.
I like that thinking.
What a good boat. Oh well, let's go.
All right.
It was really
So-
ornate and everything. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
it was.
It really
was
actually
very
was.
Sedge. It
It's a
was
real
very
masterpiece.
Sedge. Dragnar will be like, we could always try carrying it into town or coming back for it later, right?
I'll remember
Like-
where it's at the least.
Mm. So
I don't think
Yeah.
carrying it is worth it. We'll just leave it here for now. It's okay.
Dragnar will help hide it. CJ, go ahead and roll me a survival check for Dragnar.
Oh, this is...
I mean, I was gonna assist in hiding this stuff anyway. So if that,
Sure.
so advantage.
If
then.
you want to roll at advantage.
Okay. Rolled a 16 and a 19.
Oh,
Oh wow,
nice.
okay, easy enough. So I think it's like a 25 total then.
Yep.
With bonuses. Both boats just disappear. He gets into it. He's like, puts rocks in them, like on there, just so they're difficult to take if someone does find them. It will take a long time for someone to steal your boats if they wanted to take them. Covers them up. And then he's like, all right, everybody, look over there. He points. And all you look, and then you guys say, all right, now look over here. And you guys look for a second, and you're like, yep, no, they're definitely hidden. They're nice roll.
Where the hell?
I don't know if we'll be able to find this again, but nobody else will either.
Yeah.
Landmarks? Shit, this might actually be difficult.
I'm very good at locating things. As long as I've been there once, I'll be able to find
As
this
soon as
place
Al
again.
says
No worries.
landmarks, I'll be go. You don't hide things very often, do you?
Oh. We can find
Yeah.
everybody else can?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That's how it works.
Dragnar will elbow Sedge and be like, the two of us can find it. No problem.
Alright. Let's get going.
Alright, so Al, as you kind of go ahead 100 feet or so, under the guise of a half-elven commoner, go ahead and give me perception checks. Al.
Hey, Adam.
Mhm.
To the record, when I cast disguise self on myself, which I did last lot,
Yes. Mark up your spell. Yeah.
I look around the group and I look at myself, and then I turn myself into just a big fat guy.
Human or
Human, just big roly-poly fat human, kind of slow fit
Okay.
my dimension. And
Gotcha.
I'm looking around and I look at Davis and I end up with what Davis's face, but in human form.
No tusks.
Okay. No
Oh,
ties.
yeah,
I
no
can see that. I can see that.
Like normal colored
Love it.
eyes.
Yeah. And
Same
I'm like,
hair.
Does this work, guys? I don't know who to be, so hi.
You got like some overalls keeping your oversized pants on.
Yeah,
I like
I
it.
like it.
You look like you could hold down one of my meals. Very nice.
Did you guys change your clothes at all, or just your outward appearance?
Clothing's with this, what it looks like I'm wearing.
Yeah, so I know Al did brown robes and stuff. Are you doing anything specific?
Me,
Or
no, just
commoner?
whatever would fit, like you said. Yeah, like kind of like.
Commoner.
Sure. No, just to keep track. Like,
Mhm.
my guy would be trying to remember who you're turning into, so that if you get lost in the crowd, he doesn't start talking to strangers.
Yeah, before they head off, he'll be like, names, and like snapping there, like names. What are you guys going by? So if we need to catch you.
Good. Zanhorn.
Zanhorn.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks for keeping it
Really
easy,
very-
Al.
Very proud
Rock.
confused.
Can we call you Zen for short? Or is that too forward?
I like Zan. You can call me Zaniel.
Zaniel.
Again, making it simple again. Rock.
Zan for short. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Rock. What shall we call you?
I am Zachariah the Stout.
These guys.
Call you Zach for short.
That's fine.
Actually, so
Zach.
are you trying to
Zach.
sound like Davis when you're speaking too?
I love it.
Like, do
No,
I catch that, or like would I notice that that's happening?
But yes, kind of sort of.
I was,
Al
actually,
can't
I'll
keep the
I'll
butcher
go
and
a
snicker.
register lower, like slight register lower. Okay, so we got Zan and Zach.
There we go.
Zachariah the Stout.
So
All
fat,
right.
so fatty and weirdo.
Okay.
Fatty.
Real quick, go on to Al's perception check. Al, as you kind of zip forward from the group, passing the tent and passing some of the like landmarks that people seemingly had, like, they put some stakes in the ground with some symbolage. There's flowers. There's this. You notice a lot of red. Fabrics are dyed red. The flowers are dyed red. People are wearing red robes. That's red.
That's new.
I wonder if the hags from the city have not heard of or realized the fate of Amy and her coven, and await them and whatever should have been reborn. Perhaps this could have been where they planned to appear.
I mean, do we think this is like, is it like harvest time or something?
Go ahead,
Awakening.
Al, or not Al, Davis. Go ahead and give me perception check or investigation check, your choice, while you're walking by.
Icky. It'll be perception. My
Okay.
intelligence is booty. Really good. 24.
You're, as you say, harvest time, and you start kind of like looking for the symbol of the harvest, the scythe with the fish hook. You don't see any around this area.
I'll kind of relay that, and I'll be like, I think it's good that there's not any around here, but I don't know.
So did we get I forgot to even think about this, but did we get our brown robes? Am
Yeah,
I
you guys.
currently brown robed?
Yeah.
Okay. So am I with them on this? I prefer probably being a little far back because I'm still a big guy. So
Sure. You like that then?
okay. Is there any like piles of food around? That's the only thing I want to look out for now.
There are some piles of food. As you all are kind of walking through, um, there's sorry, there's some string instruments being played, some wood instruments being played, people dancing, chanting, all um, human, genasi, halfling, uh, beast folk of all different types, ogres. There's even, as you kind of walk by, there's a giant just like laying in the river, just kind of soaking up the water in the sun, and he's got like red paint on his face and on his chest and different smears. And he just seems kind of jovial. Like the tents are like everything is dyed or stained or depicted in some sort of red fashion. And if it wasn't originally red, they found out ways to make it more red.
Wonder what the occasion is.
Do you say that out loud?
Under my breath.
Okay, you're good. Yep, you guys are able to just kind of walk by as you are kind of walking. Al, you're keeping an ear out. You hear people talking about the river's eye and how we were all witnessed the red kiss, and it was beautiful. It just spread out, went into the city, but this is the source. And some people are like, yeah, I was there. I was there the day it happened. And so others are, gathering as the bulk of you, like Al, you're able to kind of weave in and out, but the four of you kind of walking together, someone bumps into you and says, welcome, welcome. No red. Why no red? Well, where's your red? And he gets like he's got like a clay urn and kind of gets like this red paste and just kind of starts rubbing it like on your face. Davis, better, red, yes, red, everywhere, red.
Oh, sure, thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Red. Just goes off to Dragnar. Dragnar like kind of like looks at him and like grabs his, and he puts his finger in and just kind of puts some red paste on. Don't touch me. You are here to celebrate the red kiss? Yes, yes. The sight of the river's eye, the kiss? Yes. Beautiful. It was so beautiful. Wait. Where did you come from? Travelers. Travelers in? Travelers in. Why? How travelers in? Where? What?
Is he talking to anybody in particular, or just kind of
No,
our
he's
group in general?
And his head is moving. He's just kind of talking to y'all.
Yes. I'll tell him. I'm like, yeah, we actually don't remember how we got here. It was just, we were near the river, and We heard the commotion, and we were just happy to, come see Celebration, and now you talk about the River's Kiss, and such a great event. I'm excited to find out what's happening. This sounds wonderful.
Oh, don't remember. Yes. Great. Red. Fat man. Yeah. And he goes and Zachariah the Stout.
If he's gonna go and try and touch him or something, I'm like, no,
Yep.
don't worry. Here, let me see this. He can apply it to himself, and or I'll apply it to him. It's okay. And then I'm gonna stand in front of him and then mime doing it. And I'll be like, Rock, go with this. Update your thing.
He's like, yes, okay, yes. You take care of your fat friend.
Yes. It'll be just a minute.
Whiskers, pretty mane.
Do I have to recast?
I think
Yes.
you do.
If you
Okay,
want to make updates to it, you do, yeah.
I will update to red face. Yes.
Okay, and red smears on your clothing and stuff like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice, nicely done. Good job. Yeah. And he's like, he'll go up to all of you and just start and he's like, don't remember where you're from. Interesting. And he said, and another one's walking by, and he calls out to a female, let's call a fire genasi. Her hair just a blaze of thunder, and she's just naturally red. And he's like, sister, fire sister. They don't remember where they from. They don't wear red. They need to speak to the big red one. Yes, big red one.
Big red one.
Big red one.
Will they be able to help us?
Big red one, big. Big red one, big. Big red one have big knowledge.
I mean,
probably help.
We're pretty big. How
No,
big?
we talk big.
Like ogre
He
big?
step on you big. No, he step on you big. He the big giant type, big giant.
Where's this big person? I should see them.
Just points to the giant laying in the river.
Is that the one who the kiss? Did he do the kiss?
No, but he was the one that first saw the shaking and the water, and then was there the first to see the red mist, the red kiss.
Okay, sure.
He will know. He is the red one, the big red one.
Okay.
And he
I'm just
happily.
kind of actually at this point. I'm
He
kind of
just
looking at the
grabs
group
you,
like,
Yeah, no, he grabs your wrist and just starts pulling you along. Come. And as you guys are walking through, following a mix of people, everything's freaking red.
Does this guy seem manic or drunk?
That's a good
Go ahead and give me an insight check. I don't think your truth telling takes an effect because he's not trying to discern if he's lying or anything, right?
Right.
You have a truth telling thing?
He's got a ring of truth telling. It's called that. It's basically just gives him advantage to discern if someone's deceiving him.
Being deceitful.
Yeah, 17. This dude seems crazy, man.
Just kind of looking around. Does everybody seem as crazy as him, or are they just kind of partying?
Absolutely. As you're starting to take in some of the festival, there are people doing handstands. There's people taking a hammer and a nail and hammering their hand to a plank of wood. The more you start getting into this, you see people that are nude and they're throwing their shit at each other. It's a loony bin. Very quickly becomes kind of quaint talking to crazy person, and then it just becomes, oh fuck, these people are insane. Real quick.
I'll kind of subtly sign to Al.
Okay, who's a little bit
Or
off in
to
the distance. Okay.
Zan,
Mhm.
or any one of the people that I know have been in the city before that
Okay.
would be within an eye shot.
Mhm.
Anyone you recognize? Nod or shrug.
I'll look around, see if we recognize anyone.
Go ahead. Try to think of the people you know in town.
The guys from the Olivine Mills probably still here. Well, the one
All
guy
of mine
remaining.
are super
Who,
far away. Yeah.
that's true.
I'll just give it to you. No. We look around. There's no recognizable faces.
Shake head.
It just seems like a group of people. And like as you're like doing, as you're still like signing and walking, you see, you know, like people like starting to like stack on top of each other, and they're trying to make like the single way tower, and they just keep falling, and they like it seems like a heavy impact, but they get up and like, okay, let's do that again, and they just start climbing and falling. It makes no sense what the activities these people are doing. And as you're starting to like listen to the music and all that, it's like just this discord of just different sounds. Like the string instruments are not working together, the drums are not working together. It is kind of uncomfortable. It's like red one, big red one. We're gonna see the big red one, red one, red one. We're gonna see the big red one. He'll know what to do. He'll know what to do. Red one, red. Chanting just takes you to a. Does it do anything?
I'm trying to think.
Do you want to take a break here because it's 10:30?
I'd be okay with that. How about you guys?
Okay. We'll take our first break. I think that's a good full stopping point. Something y'all weren't expecting. Dun dun dun.
Oh goodness.